Good day everyone, I'm teacher Jara from Camglish.com. I welcome you again to another fun and interesting lesson about grammar. So for today, we will use the book Essential Grammar in Use, 3rd edition by Raymond Murphy. What are we waiting for? Let's now start. In our previous videos, we learned about comparatives and superlative adjectives. So for today, we will check your understanding about these topics. We will have exercises under Unit 90. So let's get it on. For the first exercise, we have exercise 90.1. For the instruction, write sentences with comparatives like the word older and superlatives like the oldest. Number 1 is done for you. Here we can see 4 boxes. Box A, B, C, and D. So first, let's compare A and D. We will use the words big and small, okay? So by looking at box A and D, we can say that A is bigger than D, right? Now how about the second? In the second sentence, we should make a sentence for letter A. So we can say that A is the biggest, right? By looking at the pictures. A is the biggest. And how about for the last number for this number 1? What is your sentence for letter B? You were right. B is the smallest, right? A is the biggest. C is the second biggest. D is the third biggest, and letter B is the smallest, right? Now let's go to number 2. We can see lines A, B, C, and D. Here, we will use the words long and short. So what do you think is the answer for this number? So by looking at lines C and A, we can say that C is longer than A, right? How about the next one? What can you say about line D? Here is line D. So we can say that D is the longest. How about the next sentence? What is your answer? Perfect. B is the shortest. Okay, don't forget that, okay? We used the comparative word longer and superlatives like longest and shortest. Now let's proceed to number 3. For number 3, we can see women here, right? Letter A is age 23. B is 19 years old. C is 24 years old. And letter D is 21 years old. So in making these sentences, we will use the words young and old. So what do you think is the first sentence? Good. We can say that D is younger than C because D is only 21 while C is 24. So D is younger than C. Very good job. Now let's proceed to the second sentence. What do you think is the appropriate sentence? Girl B is only 19 years old. So we can say that B is the youngest, right? Now how about letter C? Perfect! Since letter C is 24 years old, we can say that C is the oldest. So here, we used the comparatives younger, right? And the superlatives youngest and oldest. Now let's proceed to number 4. Look at this, right? We can see different kinds of vases. And in order to make sentences, we need to use the words expensive and cheap. By looking at the picture, we can say that D is more expensive than A because D cost 12 pounds and A only cost 8 pounds, right? Very good. So keep going. How about for letter C? What can you say about this vase? By looking at picture letter C, we can say that C is the most expensive because it cost 15 pounds, right? How about vase A? What can you say about that? Good job. A is the cheapest, right? Because it only cost 8 pounds. Very good job. Now let's proceed to number 5. We can see here restaurant A, B, C, and D. And in order to make sentences, we need to use the words good and bad. So let's now begin. Let's read first the description of restaurant A and C. Restaurant A is excellent, and restaurant C is rated good but not wonderful. So, by reading those sentences, we can say that A is better than C, right? How about only A and D? What is your answer for those letters or restaurants? Okay, let's make sentences. So by looking and reading the ratings, we can say that A is the best and D is the worst, right? So in these sentences, we use the comparative better and superlatives like best and worst. So how did you do in our activity? I hope you learned a lot. Again, this is Teacher Jara from Camglish.com. I hope you can visit our website www.camglish.com. See you in our next video. Bye-bye!